Hello everybody, today I'm going to do an entire ramp showcase. So let's just start with the very beginning, the first ramp I ever made. This stair set is the first ramp I ever made. Now it's really fun because I just made it out of old scrap wood and this old snowmobile part as the rail. But it's just a really fun staircase that makes a really cool sound when you grind. Now, if we're moving on with ramps that I've made, starting by the very beginning, the next one we have is this rail. Now, this rail, I made out of the same kind of part I used for the rail of the staircase, and basically, you can just, it's a high rail, but it works fine, and just pretty fun overall. Now, moving on with more ramps that I've made, the most used ramp for the time that I've had it is this ledge with a rail. It's just overall super fun because you can do any kinds of grind on just a ledge or a round rail. Now, moving on with ramps I've made that also are rails, we have this rail, which is a super long rail with an arch in the middle. It's a really fun rail because you can do things like this. And overall, it's just a fun rail that I made out of an old towel bar. Now, next, moving on with ramps I've made that are rails or ledges, we have this tile-banked ledge that makes a crazy sound when you ride it and grind it. It's just really fun because you can also use the ending as a ramp. So it's just overall super fun little ledge. Now, moving on with ramps I have made, we have this manual pad. I made it out of 2 decorations I found at the dollar store. And it's a really fun pocket mani pad. Now, with it being pretty fun, I just use it sometimes. You can also use it to grind. It's just overall a really fun ramp. Now, moving on, we have a wooden pallet, which you might say isn't a ramp, it's an obstacle. Well, you can use it as a mani pad or a place to grind. And it makes a crazy sound when you use it as a mani pad this way. And it's just a really fun thing to use because you can also use it as an obstacle to just ollie over. And now we're moving on to the second newest ramp I made. The Plaza Pad. The Plaza Pad is a ramp that I made in the first video on this channel that has a super long ledge at the top, 2 staircases made by 2 separate layers of mani pad. So you can do things like this. And it's just overall pretty fun most of the time. And when it gets boring, you can just move on to something else because it's just a super long mani pad or a short staircase or a super long ledge. It's not much, but it's actually really fun. Now, the newest ramp I've made, I actually made a short about it, is this bank that I made to go onto a wall ride on my desk. It's pretty fun because now I can actually do stuff. You can also just use it as a bank, or you can do things like that. It's just overall super fun. Now, if we're still doing stuff that's on my desk, obviously I have my quarter pipe that I got from the This FB store in Colorado, which is really fun because it's just a nice quarter pipe. Now, with it being so fun, I just set it over here so I can use it as a start and end to all my lines. And I can also just go on and off my wall. So overall, this is a very, very fun quarter pipe. Now, we are now moving on to ramps that I haven't made. Now, this includes this jersey barrier from the Tech Deck Pro set, which is actually really fun, because you can also double as a quarter pipe, as just an obstacle to ollie over, and you can grind on it. Now, if we're moving on with things in the Tech Deck Pro series, we have this box. This box is super fun because it has a metal side and a brick side. I like the brick side more because of the sound it makes. And you can also just use this ledge and go. And overall, it's just a really fun ledge to use. And another thing that I have is this oil splattered rail from the Tech Deck Pro series. This one's really fun because it's just a little flat bar you can use. And this is the Tech Deck Pro grind set thing that I have, and the flat bar, really, really fun. If I gotta be honest, it's probably one of the favorite in this set. Jersey barrier being my favorite. I can't really decide between these two, though. Now, moving on with Tech Deck stuff, we have the Tech Deck Performance Series Fun Pyramid. This comes with a Tech Deck Performance Series deck, and it has a ramp, flat to ramp again with a little rail on top, so you can do things like a blunt and then go back down, or you can just simply go over the whole thing. And overall, this is just a super fun ramp to use, because you can also use it to do like cool slides and grinds and flip tricks. Now, the final ramp that I'm showing is not really a ramp at all. It's this thing. I'm pretty sure you use it in an office, but it's really fun because you can use it to hold fingerboards. You can also use it as rails, from short rails to medium rails to high rails, or you can flip it this way to make short ledges and the high ledges. And so it's just overall a really cool thing to have. And with that, I have gone over every single fingerboard ramp that I own. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next one.